It's so annoying to feel like this all the time.
It's understandable and everything's so reachable. Like the internet is so right there. It's just like, I don't know. So
What if I told you that one of the world's biggest pop stars has a secret that's been haunting her since she was just 11 years old? A secret so dark it shaped her entire career, her music, and even the baggy clothes she wears. Billie Eilish isn't just another teen sensation. At 20, she's already broken records that seasoned artists only dream of. She became the youngest person ever on Forbes' Celebrity 100 list in 2020, beating out established names you'd never expect. 7 Grammy Awards, 2 American Music Awards, 1 Brit Award. But here's what will shock you, she's also the youngest female artist to ever win Album of the Year. And if you thought the Kardashians held all the youngest records, think again. While Kylie Jenner became a millionaire at 20 or 21, Billie was making history while still in her teens. The difference is staggering when you really think about it. Yet behind all this success lies a story that most people don't know. A story that explains everything about who Billie Eilish really is. Recently, Billie made a confession on The Howard Stern show that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. She revealed something that's been eating at her for nearly a decade, something that changed the trajectory of her entire life. "I think porn is a disgrace," she said, her voice heavy with regret. "I used to watch a lot of porn, to be honest. I started watching porn when I was like 11. But wait, it gets much worse than just early exposure. This wasn't just casual browsing that kids might stumble upon accidentally." Billie described how it really destroyed my brain and left her feeling incredibly devastated. The content she was consuming at such a vulnerable age was violent, abusive, and graphic in ways that would traumatize any child. She explained that she thought it made her cool, like she was one of the guys. The peer pressure to seem mature and worldly led her down a path that would haunt her for years. The nightmares started almost immediately, but the psychological damage was only beginning. Now here's where everything about Billie Eilish suddenly makes sense. Those baggy clothes she's famous for wearing? They're not just a fashion statement or artistic choice. Billie has openly admitted she wears oversized clothing specifically to prevent people from commenting on her body. The addiction fundamentally altered how she sees herself and how she wants the world to see her. Her dark, haunting lyrics that made her famous? They're directly connected to these early traumas. Songs like Bad Guy and tracks from her album, Happier Than Ever, suddenly take on new meaning when you understand what was going on in her mind during her formative years. Take her song, Male Fantasy, for example. She recorded it alone at home, and it directly references how she would turn to pornography to distract herself from broken relationships. The lyrics aren't just creative expression, they're confessions of pain. But the damage went far deeper than just her music and style choices. When Billie started dating as a teenager, the impact became devastatingly clear. "The first few times I had sex, I didn't reject the bad things because I thought that's what I should be attracted to," she revealed. The distorted reality she'd been exposed to for years had warped her understanding of healthy relationships and intimacy. This created a cycle where her fame made dating even more complicated. "It's really hard to meet people when you know people are either terrified of you or think you're out of their league," she told Stern. The addiction had stolen her ability to form normal connections, and now her celebrity status made it nearly impossible to find genuine relationships. Here's what most people don't realize: Billie isn't alone in this struggle. Cameron Diaz openly discussed similar topics on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2011. Amy Poehler described her preferences during a Howard Stern appearance in 2014. But for some celebrities, it goes beyond casual consumption and becomes a genuine addiction that requires rehabilitation. Recent surveys reveal something terrifying. The number of children between 12 and 13 who struggle with internet pornography addiction is absolutely staggering. Children spending unsupervised time online, experiencing parental separation, neglect, or abuse can all trigger this kind of early exposure. Any of these factors could explain what happened to Billie. The psychological impact on developing minds is severe. When children are exposed to violent, abusive content during crucial developmental years, it literally rewires their brains. It affects everything from their self-image to their understanding of relationships, consent, and intimacy. Billie's case becomes even more heartbreaking when you consider her other challenges. She's been diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome and synesthesia, neurological conditions that already made her different from other kids. She's battled severe depression and has spoken candidly about spending some of the darkest periods of her life struggling with mental health. The public scrutiny never stops either. People constantly criticize her for never smiling in photos, not understanding the deeper reasons behind her expressions. Her response reveals everything. She doesn't like to smile because it makes her feel weak and powerless. Even her signature eccentric style choices draw constant criticism, but Billie has learned to ignore most of it. She stated that she likes to choose whether to dress like a boy or a swaggy girl, sometimes feeling trapped by the persona she's created. But here's what makes Billie's story truly remarkable. Despite overwhelming challenges, she turned her pain into purpose. Born into a musical family in Los Angeles on December 18, 2001, Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell grew up surrounded by creativity and artistic expression. Her parents, Maggie Baird and Patrick O'Connell, are both established figures in the American entertainment industry. Her mother wrote songs while her father played piano and ukulele. The house was constantly filled with music from the Beatles, Avril Lavigne, and countless other artists her father would mix onto tapes for her to discover. Her brother Phineas became her closest collaborator and creative partner. Watching him fall in love with music showed Billie what passion really looked like, inspiring her own journey into songwriting and performance. By age 8, she was already singing in local choirs, performing with them for 3 years. By 11, she was writing and composing her own original songs, showing a maturity and depth that went far beyond her years. Even while being homeschooled, Billie never stopped pursuing creative interests. She made short films using basic equipment, then taught herself to edit them using iMovie. Dancing became another outlet, giving her physical expression for emotions she couldn't always put into words. The breakthrough that changed everything came when Phineas wrote a song called Ocean Eyes, and asked Billie to record it in her voice. That seemingly casual collaboration became the accidental recording that launched one of the most successful careers in modern pop music. The song went viral almost immediately, catching the attention of industry professionals who recognized something special in her unique sound and perspective. What they didn't know was how much pain and trauma had shaped that distinctive artistic voice. In 2020, her album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, made history. She became the youngest artist in Grammy history to win all 4 major categories in a single year: Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. No one that young had ever achieved such recognition. But even at the height of her success, the shadows of her past continued to affect her. Dating remained difficult, relationships felt complicated, and the weight of her early experiences continued to influence her music and public persona. Today, Billie continues to be courageously open about her struggles, using her massive platform to create awareness about issues that most celebrities avoid discussing. Her honesty about topics like mental health, body image, and childhood trauma has created deeper connections with millions of fans who see their own struggles reflected in her story. She's also faced additional controversies, including accusations and criticisms that she's addressed publicly on social media, showing a maturity in handling public scrutiny that many older celebrities lack. The question isn't whether Billie Eilish completely overcame her early trauma. The real question is how she continues transforming it into art that touches millions of lives worldwide, while helping other young people feel less alone in their own struggles. What do you think about Billie's incredible courage in sharing these deeply personal struggles? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more untold stories about your favorite celebrities.